My name is Brendan Smith. I am the Brewing Sailor, and this is another Hangover free review. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Hangover free review. I am your host, the Brewing Sailor, Brendan Smith. We're sponsored, as always, by Rationale Brewing. What's your rationale? Head over to rationalebrewing.com and grab one of their 4 great beers. They got the Citrus Hazy IPA, the New England Hazy IPA, the Mexican Lager, and my personal favorite, the West Coast IPA. All right, so let's get into it. Today we're talking about a beer that really has the community excited. It's Corona's entry into the non-alcoholic beer market, the Corona NA. But before we do that, I want to explain where I've been for the last couple of weeks because I know I haven't been putting out as much content. For those who don't know, I do deal with a little bit of depression and it's been extremely busy at work. You mix those two things together, by the time you get home at the end of the day, you don't even want to look at a computer, let alone record anything. So I apologize for my absence, but I am back. Be recording a little bit more regularly, get back out on the road and do some more things out there as well. But for right now, just recording at home. So let's get on with the review. So we are talking about Corona's non-alcoholic. We are going to look at it with the BJCP style 2A, and one of these days I will say that without messing it up. But it is not this day. Anyway, International Pale Lager. Some examples of the styles on the fully leaded side, obviously Corona, Modelo, Red Stripe, Singha, Full Sail Session Premium Lager for a more craft beer version of the style. So let's get right into it. There she is. See if the new mic picks up the night. Always a fun sound, isn't it? And for once, I didn't get nervous about overpouring and actually poured a really nice pour for the video. How about that? So as you can see, we've got a really nice golden color, brilliant clarity, and a nice frothy white foam head that has decent retention for the style. It will dissipate pretty quick once I take a sip from it, but not too bad. So it's going to earn 3 out of 3 for the appearance from me. Let's see how it smells. Okay, so with this one, you're going to have a very corn-forward, grainy, sweet aroma. It's a very clean fermentation, so there's not going to be any esters or phenols. And if there are any hop aromas there, it's really being muted by that corn sweetness. It's not an unpleasant smell, but it's not a very vibrant one either. There's not a lot to it. So we'll give it a good score, but not a great score. 7 out of 12 on the aroma. As far as how it tastes, so again, the grain and the corn really kind of dominate here. There is a touch of hop bitterness, but nothing crazy. Just enough to make sure that the beer stays crisp and not sickly sweet. The hops come off to me in flavor as more floral than spicy or herbal, but that's all very to style no matter which way it came off. It finishes clean with just a touch of malt sweetness on the back of the tongue. Pretty much does exactly what it needs to do for this style of beer. Again, really good. I wouldn't call it great, but very good. 15 out of 20 for the flavor. And just to go back and reiterate everybody how I do my grading, we are grading it as a BJCP judge would do so in a competition. So you'll note I'm not using a lime here, and I know everybody uses a lime with Corona, and that's because we're trying to keep it fair. We're basing it on the beer itself and not anything you put into the beer later. As far as how the BJCP scores, we score 3 points for appearance, 12 points for aroma, 20 points for flavor, 5 points for mouthfeel, and 10 points for overall impression for a total score out of 50. To recap, we've had 3 out of 3 for appearance, 7 out of 12 for aroma, 15 out of 20 for flavor, and now we're going into mouthfeel. So the mouthfeel on this beer, kind of what you'd expect. It's medium light. It's not going to be super light. It's not an American light lager, but it's not going to be a fully medium where you'd think more of a Czech premium pale lager or an English pale ale. So it's right in between those two. It's very drinkable for the summertime. It's highly carbonated. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the camera, but there's still bubbles coming up. It has a really nice, it's very effervescent, has a nice carbonic bite to it. Basically comes as advertised for this style of beer, so it's going to earn 5 points on mouthfeel from me. Finally, overall impression, it's Corona without the normal skunk. So it's got that going for it, which is nice. 7 out of 10. Total score, 37 out of 50. It's a very good score for a macro for me. Not great, doesn't hit that 40 mark, but it's a beer that'll do the job. I'm so used to Corona being skunky that I actually think this version is better than the fully leaded version. It's not an entirely high bar to climb because I don't really care for Corona. But yeah, I think this would still do well with a lime, even though I didn't review it that way. But I think it's good enough that you don't need one, which is really nice because with the regular Corona, I think you absolutely do need one. So nice job, Corona. You made a great NA beer, or a very good one anyway. Can you make the fully leaded one taste better now? Appreciate you. Anyway, my personal scale, where is it going to go? I wouldn't say it's a regular rotation beer. I'm kind of torn on this. I don't know if I'd put it at would buy again or would drink it given limited options. I think it's somewhere in between, to be quite honest. If I've got my choice of anything, I'm probably going to choose something else. So I guess it has to lean towards would drink it again given limited options. Because even at the grocery stores, they might have 7 or 8 NA beers right now. Of course, that's going to change moving forward. We've talked about that before, how the market is shifting and how the NA beer is going to take away from the craft beer market. And that's why you see a lot of craft beers getting on that, bandwagon right now. But right now, if this was on sale like it is right now, yeah, I could see myself snagging a few 6-packs to pad the stats in the old beer fridge. Just have something nice, clean and crisp to drink. That's, maybe it's not the Woodland Farms or the Two Roots or the Rationales of the world, but it'll do the job on a hot day. So yeah, I think I'm pretty safe putting it would drink again given limited options. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for today. We'll be back much shorter this time. I got to get to a review of a beer I should have done a long time ago. Hopefully it's still good in the fridge. Hasn't left the fridge in a very long time. But that is Self-Care's Fresh Cut Pale Ale. Probably should have ordered that last year and done it last year, but it is what it is. I didn't get it until February, and now I'm just getting around to it in April. So we'll have that set up here. I'll probably record it either today or tomorrow, and we'll have it up probably early next week. Before I go, I would invite you to like the video, leave a comment below, or dislike it if you didn't like it. Leave a comment below either way. Let me know why I'm doing a good job or why I'm doing a bad job or what I could do better. And, of course, I hope today is the day I earned your subscription because about 70% of my viewers aren't subscribed to me. So make sure you hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell to make sure you get alerted when I drop a new video. And if you like my stuff and you want to see more stuff, check out my friends at the Sober Barkeep and All Hail the Ale. They both do great jobs reviewing NA craft beer. They have a little bit of different style and a little different ways they look at things. So you could maybe see 2 beers reviewed from different perspective and give you a better understanding of whether or not you would enjoy that beer. All right, guys, that's all we've got today. Thanks for watching Hangover Free Reviews, and I'll see you next time. Sláinte.